Hey! So, crushing your next campaign and landing more sales than ever before hugely depends on one thing: your marketing strategy. More specifically, you'll want to make sure that you have put in place a bulletproof social media and content strategy that can see you through 2022 and even beyond that. If you're not quite sure what to include, keep listening because that's what we're chatting all about today. So, very first tip to creating a killer social media and content strategy is make sure that you're setting goals that make sense for your business. Now, it's goal setting season, right? That's what we're all talking about. But I want you to, a lot of people forget to set goals for their social media and their content. So, some examples of goals. Are you looking to create a more engaged community? Are you looking to increase the number of accounts that you reach with your content? Maybe you're focused on creating consistent content every week so that you're showing up for your people. Whatever that goal is, make sure that as you're setting goals for the new year, as far as like revenue and clients and all of that, make sure that you're also setting them for your social media and your content. Chances are you already have a few things in mind, but I want to remind you about the SMART tactic. So specific goals, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. If you want to learn more about those, read the blog post that goes along with this video. Okay, second, know your target audience. Now, I've been talking a lot about this because it's so important. It really is a super important aspect of having a winning social media and a content strategy, is knowing who your audience is. So, do you know who you're addressing exactly? What do they want to see when they scroll through their social media accounts? What kind of content makes them go, oh my gosh, I need to keep reading or I need to keep listening? Think about those things. And as you're building your audience persona, you want to make sure that you are incorporating that into your content. Now, like the buyer's persona, this imaginary figure, it encapsulates everything about your ideal client. So you'll want to consider their age, their gender, their income, their religion. A lot of people like to focus on the basics of that. I personally, my favorite part is the psychographics. So their attitudes, their aspirations, and their habits. So when I'm identifying my ideal client, or I'm readdressing who I've identified as my ideal client, I tend to go more towards the psychographics than I do the like their age, location, gender. I like to know what are their activities, what are their behaviors online, and create content around that. Once you've identified your ideal client, then it's time to start creating content, right? So the third tip to creating an amazing strategy for 2022 is to create, which is curate, right? Engaging social media content. The first step to that is to make sure that what you're posting is fully aligned with whatever social media network that you're posting on, right? So for example, whatever you're posting on LinkedIn is going to look a lot different from Instagram or TikTok. LinkedIn is going to be a lot more business focused, perhaps a little bit more formal. On the other hand, videos, memes, funny graphics, those are places for like Facebook and Twitter. You'll also want to make sure that you're considering how much you want to post. Again, Facebook, you're going to post like once or twice a day. Twitter is up to 5 times a day. So when you're building your strategy, make sure that you're identifying how many times a day you want to be posting on platforms. You also want to make sure that you have a good mix of the different types of content. So you want to make sure that you're using video in some posts, that you're doing graphics or funny things in other posts. Maybe you're sharing a picture of yourself or your kids or your neighborhood. Make sure that you're mixing up those different types of content so that your ideal client is seeing different types. The last thing that I want to remind you of with your content is asking for the sale. Now, your job is to not just nurture your ideal client. You also need to ask them to join your programs. This is oftentimes something that we forget. We get so excited about educating and nurturing, and then we don't actually ask for the sale. So make sure when you're building your strategy that you build that part out too. Okay, number 4, assess what's working and what isn't, and how you can keep improving. So I'm all about the numbers. You guys know that. Make sure that you're looking what worked this year, what didn't work this year. What were your engagement rates? What posts did people respond to the most? What types of content? Did you get a ton of engagement when you did videos? Then make sure you're doing more videos in 2022. Was there a channel that worked better for you? Like, did you, maybe you really love Instagram, but you got a lot of clients from Facebook? Focus on Facebook. Like, it's important to look at those numbers and see where people are coming from as you are going into 2022. So if you need more help with your content planning and your strategy, I will be hosting a visibility planning workshop on January 5th. More info to come, but you'll essentially plan out your content for all of 2022 so that you are creating engaging content, that you're speaking to your ideal client, and then also that it's converting. So that's it for today. Have a great afternoon. Bye.